All right, you guys. So before we add to our notebook, I'm gonna go over page by page, just to make sure everyone is caught up. So page 1, we had our basic skills. This is PEMDAS, or GEMDAS, as some states call it, because the G stands for grouping symbols. You all know P as parentheses, but there's also brackets and braces. Very basic. I use this to solve an expression. An expression has no equal sign. So something like this. I gave you all some examples here. Go ahead and copy this down for the first page. Make sure it's all there. There you go. Okay, next page, page 2. All right, solving equations. This one has an equal sign. We're gonna have the C-do method right here. So it's basically PEMDAS, it's just backwards. So S-A-D-M. Then right here, we go ahead and do an example. We can also check our work. So go ahead and make sure all this is copied down. Another example, remember when you move something, it becomes opposite. We move the smaller x, is what I always say. So let's copy this down. Page 3, points, lines, and planes. So if y'all are copying this down for the first time, use the highlighter and highlight this part first and then write on top of it. Okay, it's better. That way it doesn't get smudged. So always use the highlighter first and then write on top. All right, this is a point. This is not a decimal. This is a point, right? So then copy this down. Line segment, part of a line. There you go. Go down a little bit. Then we have a ray. Okay. Ray has 1 point and 1 arrow. FX only, no flip, which means you have to go start in the starting point, your end point, and go in the direction. That's how you name it. So make sure all this is copied down. Push pause if you need to. This is the vocabulary, points, lines, and planes continued. Plane is a flat surface. 3 points are the capital letter that's on the side. Plane has a little rhombus. This is supposed to be a little rhombus. That symbol right here. And the last vocabulary words, collinear, coplanar, and intersection, where something meets, where they cross. All right, page 5, we have our midpoint formula. Again, use a highlighter first. Please highlight, and then write on top of it. That way it doesn't smudge. Mine are smudged because I didn't do that. Point format, very important. X goes first and then Y. First point, second point, plug it in. Always do the top. When you put this in the calculator, you have to do the top of the fraction first and then you divide. All right. So, page 5. This one does have some practice work. All right, on the back. It's on the back of the page. All right, distance formula. All right, this is the first point, this is the second point. Plug it into your formula. You work from the inside out, or inside. All right, second point, x1, y1, x2, y2. All right, so on the practice, Right? I believe these are going to stay in square root form. They're not going to be whole numbers. This one is going to be a whole number. I believe so. Or vice versa. These might be the whole numbers and these might be the square roots. I forgot why I wrote these symbols down. All right, page 7 was the extra credit one. This is where your parent or guardian put their name, best contact info. All right, they have to sign it. And then I decided that y'all can choose the extra credit, either daily or major. All right. Parallel and perpendicular. Do not touch. These are arrows right here. Those are little arrows. Perpendicular, cross at a 90-degree angle. All right, same slopes, opposite reciprocals. All right, this is a slope-intercept form. This is what it stands for. Y'all seen this a lot in algebra. Point-slope form. All right. The opposite means you go positive to negative. The reciprocal means you flip it. So we have 1/2. Your opposite reciprocal is a negative because you have a positive, now it's negative. Then you flip it. So -2 divided by 1 is -2. If you have a whole number like 8 and you put a 1 under it, and then you make it opposite, it becomes negative, and you flip it, it becomes 1/8. All right, that's whenever you have whole numbers. All right. Creepy guy. All right, here's a little cartoon that we made for creepy guy. Go and copy it down. This is an example of what the creepy guy looks like when it's in math. Oh, I should put right here that this follows you, like that. Oh, the heck is my pen? There you go. All right, the -4 follows you down. All right, triangles 101. 3 sides, 3 angles equal 180. Equilateral triangles, isosceles triangles, and a scaling triangle. Okay. So put pause if you need to put pause. Make sure you have this copied down. Angle sum, part plus a part plus a part equals 180. This is for triangles. For your isosceles triangle, it's going to be 180. Right here we have a right. This little 90-degree symbol. All right. Here we go. We have the test review. Make sure you have the test review done. Okay, I'm just showing you here so you can copy it down. Midpoint formula, solving equations. All right, midpoint. This is when you have the midpoint. All right, test review part 2, transformations, the rules. Make sure you copy these rules down. Very important. We have the reflection rules. Reflection on the y-axis. This is reflection on the x-axis. Or sorry, x-axis, y, yeah, there you go. Reflection of y equals x. Reflection of y equals -x. All right. Dilations. Remember, you're just multiplying the numbers. That's it. Translations. That's the adding and subtracting. And then again, another review on parallel and perpendicular. Same slopes, opposite reciprocal slopes. and the slope formula. So let's just review. Now right here for page 14, all right, area and perimeter formula, you're gonna have this paper. I printed this paper out for you guys. So you can get a piece of tape. I just want you to use one piece of tape, and you're gonna fold it with the triangle part right here. Fold it to where it's nice and neat. You should see your little regular gun, the octagon stuff. Now we did add some notes to this. It's on the board where you have an octagon, a hexagon, and a pentagon. All right, make sure you copy that down here. Let me show you what that looks like. All right, so the pentagon has 5 sides, the hexagon has 6 sides, and the octagon has 8 sides. And then right here you should have n equals the number of sides. All right, this got cut off. The n number in the formulas means the number of sides. So sometimes you have a pentagon, sometimes you have the hexagon, sometimes you have the octagon. Now on page 15, we're going to continue our notes. These are going to be special right triangles. So put 45, 45, 90 triangles. All right, that's going to be page 15.